Hey everyone, Greta here. Today I'll be sharing with you a leg variation in both the pincha and handstand that to me really helped with my balance. So this one, the leg variation is called the STAG legs. Some people call it the Dharma legs. It's because like Dharma yoga always does it, so that's why. For me, it's really useful and it's good for both pincha and handstand. Simply because you are using both your legs, because the position of the legs, they are one forward and one back, and they are in bent knee position. So they don't require as much of the hamstring mobility and also because the position of the legs is one in front, one is behind. You can use the legs to act like a seesaw, like a teeter-totter to find the balance. And for me, that really helped to gain my confidence without using the wall, simply because I have to focus so much on my legs to find the balance that I didn't have to worry about falling. So that's really helpful, and also because the legs are split apart, kind of like split apart, and they're bent as well. So the body is shorter. The shorter the body, the easier it is to balance, and that is why. So for today, I'll be demoing in a pincha. For this variation, there will be a little bit of a back bend, so allow the lower back to soften. If you don't feel very comfortable bending backwards, like doing a back bend, perhaps it'll be good to just do, a few cobras and locust poses just to warm up that lower back. This one, for me, I never really use the wall, but then if you do want to use the wall, just in the very beginning to kind of get used to everything, what you can do is measure. So you cannot be too close to the wall with this one, again, because you need to let the leg fly back with the knee bent. So if you need to measure, you can place the leg right up against the wall with the foot, with the sole of the foot flat against the wall. So wherever your knee is, for handstand, you just place the hands exactly where your knees are, maybe a little bit closer to your thighs. Okay, and for pincha, it's kind of in the middle. So the middle of your forearm kind of place at the knee, and that will be it. Again, you might need to play around with it. You may need to move a little bit further out, because once you jump into the inversion, you want to have the toes touching the wall, and just the toes and not the entire foot. Okay, so for me, it's about the knee. And then from here, you need to really determine which is the top leg and which is the bottom leg. And for me, the top leg is the right leg. So how I do that is I just come into dolphin. So again, this is good for both pincha and handstand, and I'm just showing it in a pincha. And you just raise one leg up. For this one, you can just let the knee bend. So both the knees bend, and feel the back leg, the bottom leg actually, doing a few hops, and letting the top leg kind of fly, and letting the lower back go with it. And then you can just hop and just stay. So as you can see, my toes are just barely touching the wall. Again, focusing on the front and the back leg. Maybe I need to bring the front knee a little bit closer down to my belly in order to, balance out the back leg, or maybe bend the back knee a little bit more so that I don't let my leg becomes too long and too heavy and weigh everything back. I look between the middle of my forearms in this one, and that yes, there is a bit of a back bend, so make sure you feel okay with it. Maybe engage your lower abs a little bit, lengthen that lower back a bit to take out any pressure if there is any. And you can just come down. So this is really helpful, especially for those of us who are always really stuck or really obsessed with both legs together. Just be reminded that when you are inverted, the legs are just a variation. Okay, you don't have to be so obsessed with the idea that, the legs must be together and straight in order to be called a pincha or a handstand. No, okay? The legs can be everywhere. You can come into a straddle, you can come into a tuck, you can have straight legs, you can have teapot or archer, whatever, the bow leg, whatever. So there are a lot of different variations, and this is just one of them. For this one, again, it's super accessible for me, at least. It's because I am so focused on the front and the back leg that I don't have to think about falling. Okay, once my focus is shifted on the front and the back leg, it's all about trying to stay up. It's not about falling. But then you also need to be used to the idea that the back leg needs to go behind you and bent. Okay, so you don't want this. You don't want to go up like that and then figure out how to bend. Okay, you want to enter it with the stag legs. So allow the knee, whatever that you need to do. Maybe before that, do like a bit of these like lunges just to feel, okay, the knees, what should they do? Or maybe do a dolphin, just like what I did, just have the knee kind of bend. And you can see that my legs don't have a lot of force. You know, I'm not trying to straighten my legs, I'm not using so much power in my legs. It's more about using that momentum, kind of enjoying, letting the body and the shape kind of melt with one another. So that's really good. And once you know what the legs are doing and what they should do, you actually don't need the wall. So again, doing it in the middle of the mat and doing a few of these kicks and then just let it hang. Again, finding, am I leaning too far back? Am I leaning too far forward? You know, just kind of play and allow the legs to kind of move. And that also, and the beauty of this is it allows the body to be a bit more fluid and to move. Because I see a lot of people doing inversions and learning inversions, especially pincha and handstand, is they freeze. Yes, I know we need the effort, we need the strength, but then we always over-exert the energy. Let's say in a handstand or pincha, you need, I don't know, maybe like 80% of our energy to stay in a shape, or maybe to get into and stay. But then a lot of us, we go like 120%. For this one, it's just hang. And I'm not under valuing the word hang. You are simply just hang out, enjoy. Okay, allow the body to be more fluid, allow you to kind of feel, and my body's swaying. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, so that's it. I really enjoy this and I thought I should share it. Really helped a lot. Of course, there will be a bit of back bend, so making sure that you don't dump the entire weight into the lower back if you have a habit of that. Feeling more in the shoulders. Okay, the shoulders are also very important in all the inversions, and this is not excluded. Okay, so hope it's helpful to you. If you like my video, again, please click that like button, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And if you want to practice with me in person and online, I do teach inversions. Pincha is one of them. Go on to my IG or my Facebook and DM me, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Take it easy.